Does Shopify Payments hold your money? Well, as the Q4 holiday shopping season is approaching, this is a question that a lot of merchants and online businesses have. The answer to that is yes, but today I'm actually going to tell you about a couple of things that you can do to ensure that there are no holds on your cash as you process your holiday sales with Shopify Payments. I'm Maria Spragus. I'm the founder of DirectPayNet, and I help thousands of 7- and 8-figure merchants find reliable and cost-effective payment solutions. And today I'm going to tell you about how to avoid payment holds with Shopify Payments so you make all your money right into your pocket and you can continue thriving into 2024. The holiday season is a little bit of an odd season on a payment processor perspective. Shopify Payments and most payment processing companies like it when your business kind of goes from one month to the other in a very regular linear motion. So if you have a very high spike in sales or if you have a high spike in refunds or chargebacks, that's when things kind of get confusing for their algorithms, and that's when payment holds happen. So what you want to do is obviously keep things as stable as possible, at least in the refunds and chargebacks perspective. Now, obviously you want to try to get your sales as high as possible, but that's a good problem to have. What you want to do is avoid, like I said, the refunds and the chargebacks. One way you can do that is by setting yourself up with chargeback alerts. Now, what chargeback alerts do is they give you a warning before a customer decides to dispute or charge back a transaction. And you have 24 hours essentially to either get in touch with that customer and try to resolve it, or you can go ahead and refund that customer, whatever you think is best. But that way, that will stop the chargeback right in its tracks, and it'll never go into Shopify Payments, so they will be none the wiser, and that will be stopped right there. If you need help on how to set up chargeback alerts, check out my contact details below, and I'd be happy to explain to you, but it's really, really simple, very easy to plug in. You get notifications just like you get notifications for a whole bunch of stuff in your business, and that will prevent, a good 70 to 80% of your chargebacks disputes right there. So if you don't know anything about chargeback alerts, feel free to get in touch with me because that is a very good tool in your arsenal as you get closer and closer to the holiday season fast approaching. Now, a couple of things that you can do to even avoid the chargeback ever from happening is use providers that are directly integrated into Shopify. What I mean by that is if you are shipping a product, there's shipping, fulfillment, and there's tracking for the shipping. There are companies that are directly integrated into Shopify. So Shopify gets that information into their system for each customer, and that causes them to feel more safe about your account. So if you're drop shipping things, for example, there's long delays and there's no shipping details in each account and so forth, that would get them to pull the trigger a little bit quicker in holding your money. So if you are on Shopify and you're using Shopify for your store mainly, try to find providers that are actually directly integrated and that can feed into Shopify the shipping information, the fulfillment information, and so forth, because that will help you tremendously with staving off any payment holds from Shopify. One thing merchants often avoid is customer service and best practices for customer service. Now, if you are selling a product or service online, you should be also offering online self-service options. If people are buying a product or service online, you can safely assume that they're comfortable with being in an online environment, so you should offer them ways to get support online. You can do chat, of course, that's one popular way. You should have an FAQ page just with the common questions that customers have, explaining what your delays are in shipping and so on and so forth. And you should also have, if there's any type of subscription or you're mailing something every month, you should have an online cancellation option for customers. Now, a lot of merchants think, offering customers to cancel online may cause them to get more cancellations and lose a lot of clients and lose a lot of money. It's actually the opposite. The more you give information to your customers and options to your customers, the more likely they are to stay with you. And also what's going to happen is if, somebody really wants to cancel whatever membership they have with you, if you don't give them that option, they'll just go and get a refund or a charge back later on. So you're saving yourself some headaches later on by giving them the options online. And obviously you don't have to make it super easy. They might have to click a few places in order to get that done. But online self-service options are really the way to go, especially during the busy Q4 season when you may not have as much staff to answer questions for customers and so forth. So in order to ensure your Shopify Payments account does not hold your money, try to make sure that you communicate with your customers, you explain to them what they need to do to get their order on time, if they've provided all the correct information. And if there's any delays, you should offer your customers to cancel their order or advise them of what the delays are, right? If you're sending Christmas presents after Christmas, you should be telling your customers that they're allowed to cancel, right? Because anybody who's ordering a Christmas present that doesn't get it on time is an automatic chargeback in January. So what you want to do is communicate with your customers, give them online self-service options, texting options, and also options to cancel should it not work out in their favor in terms of shipping and delays that you're going to encounter. Now, lastly, and most importantly, is Shopify Payments is a great solution as you're starting out and as you're starting to scale your store. But once you get to the $25,000 a month or more mark in your sales figures, you should be looking for your own merchant account. A merchant services provider like Direct Payment will keep you protected from payment holds and will keep you protected from unforeseen things that happen onto your account. So payment processors that work with merchants directly will ensure that you get your money on time and communicate with you directly. Now, if you're working with Shopify Payments, what happens is that you're usually talking to a bot or you're talking to different algorithms and so forth, and you're getting canned responses. Shopify Payments is what we call a payment aggregator, a payment facilitator. They basically have their own master merchant account and they sublet pieces of that merchant account to different merchants. That's why the sign up is so fast and easy. What happens with a merchant account is there is a process where we review your account, we review your business, and we give you a merchant account. You're working directly with a payment processor. And in that case, it may take a little bit longer to set up, but you actually have less risk in the long run for your business with payment holds and misunderstandings about the business. So if you are scaling your store and you're getting ready for Q4, it's really important to ensure that you have some form of backup, especially if you're in the $25,000 or more sales range. If you need any help with that, feel free to contact my team at Direct Payment. We'd be happy to assist you. Now, I do wish you the best of luck in your Q4 sales. I hope you crush it. And please make sure to follow all these tips to ensure that your Shopify Payments account does not get put on hold.